Now, here's the trick. The clearer you are on your values, the easier it is to make that decision. You've already pre-vetted all of those decisions. And so the filter makes it really clear of how I'm going to do this.
Hey, Kevin A. Walsh, Pine Financial Group, where we work together so you succeed. You found us here on Facebook, maybe you found us here on YouTube. Please help me out. I'm trying to build a channel to help more real estate investors just like you. You can help me out by pressing that like button or hitting subscribe. So happy again today. We have my personal business coach, one of my mentors, one of the best people in the world here today. Jerry, how's it going, man?
Kevin, thank you so much for those kind words. It is super humbling. Someone who is as kind and as giving and as successful as you are, that really means a lot to me. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you for saying that. And I want you to know it's all true. I really appreciate you and what you're doing for me, for my company, and what you're doing for the world, really. I mean, look at your positively impact 5 million people, and you're going to get there. You are absolutely going to get there.
I am. You don't put this up and look at it every single day without actually going and taking action to go get there.
Yes, and that's what we're going to talk about right now.
Yes, let's do it.
When I met you, so this was before COVID, so we've known each other, what, 4 or 5, something like about 4 years?
5
maybe?
years, yeah.
But I was in a group, it was called the 12 Mavens, and it was a peer group where business leaders get together and they help each other. And you were the moderator, you were the leader, you brought us all together, and I got so much value from that. And you offered to me absolutely free, no strings attached, to contact you outside of that meeting. And you wanted to try to help me with something because I was going through an interesting time with where I wanted to take Pine Financial. And you and I went through a little exercise, so valuable. If anybody's struggling with decisions, where to go or how to improve, with something that would really improve their life, why don't you tell us a little bit about that exercise that you and I did together?
Yeah, so I think when values are clear, decisions are easy. I borrow that from another one of our peers, Matt Foxhall, who's a tremendous leader too. And so, as you go through this, it's hard to make decisions every single day. I don't care whether you're running a very large corporation or you are the solopreneur who's doing a flip. How do you make all of these decisions to do it? What I found is the clearer you are on your values, and I'm not just saying, hey, Kevin, do you have values? Because everyone's going to say, yeah, I have values. No. Have you sat down? Have you considered them? Have you actually written them out? And, I do have an exercise that I take people through. I'm happy to share that with your community. You guys can email me, just email jerry@provenchaos.com, and I'll give that to you. But, once you get really clear on your values, which is your operating system, and how we allocate resources, right? Because resources are finite, whether it's human capital, whether it's financial capital, we have a finite pool of resources. And so we need to be really clear that when we put the right resources on the right opportunities, we get the outcomes that we want. And so when you get people to have that conscious intention and to go through the exercise of writing out their values, everything in the world just becomes a little bit clearer. It's like going from not having 20/20 vision to, as I have glasses, grateful for my optometrist who updates my prescription now every year for me. You can see the world clearly. And it's like, holy crap, this is amazing. And so that's the exercise that we went through. And I know that you had that sense of relief that came out of it.
Oh my goodness, I can't even tell you how valuable that was.
Yeah, I think as you go through that, and you're not the only one. I've taken people through this exercise. I had a guy call me who was going through one of my courses, and he called me out of the blue, and I looked at the phone. I thought, oh, okay, interesting. And we got into a quick conversation. He said, I now know why I get really frustrated with my wife. And I was never able to articulate it prior to this, but she does this thing and it frustrates the heck out of me. And by going through the values exercise, I was like, that's what it is. It's this thing. She violates this core value of mine. And he was able to articulate that. And he just said, thank you for giving me that gift, because I had never been able to put into words. She never understood, but it created real friction in our relationship. So it's not only just something as a business tool, right? Because, I hate, Kevin, I walk into some companies and you can see, values on the walls, but they don't actually live them. Right? And so they're just a soulless company. And so you need to have that alignment of not only articulating them, but also actually living them out, making decisions day after day, right? Vision, values, action equals fulfillment, your life on your terms. But you have to do the real work. And you'll get so much further ahead if you actually do the deep contemplative work to write them down. Suddenly the world just becomes more fun. And really, it's the honest truth.
Yeah, and I can think of several exercises I've gone through in my life that's really improved my quality of life. This is definitely top 2 or 3. It's just so amazing when you have very clear values. And I didn't before that exercise, but once you have that and the decision comes in, and maybe you feel like it's not a great decision before you had the values, but now it's not a good decision. And that does make the decision to do or not do whatever it is you're contemplating. And that's a personal level. On the business level, I mean, look what we did with Pine Financial. I was
It's amazing.
debating, should I sell it? Should I bring in a partner to help run it? Do I let it just coast? Like, what do I do? That was the dilemma I was in when I met you.
And record year.
We're growing.
Year after year
growing.
after year. And that's because, again, you come back to, your values and your approach and how we treat clients come into, these are true partners. We don't do deals where we don't think there's a very, 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 very clear path to them making money, right? And so sometimes people are like, oh yeah, well, we can make a couple bucks on this. Like, no, screw the shekels, build the relationships.
Totally. Yes.
And the relationships over time, that's the real equity, right? And I think sometimes people, again, going back to that company that has the values on the walls, but no one's actually living them. And so therefore, it's a free for all. Everyone's outside of bounds. No one feels good going home and being like, how was your day at work, Kevin? Sucked. The people that I work with suck. I don't align with them. And so when you do all of that, it's like, oh my gosh, these are my people. This is my tribe. And not only can you make decisions faster, but you can make them in a way that you're going to feel good about later, right? Because I always say this, I talk to my kids about this. There's an impetus and there's a response. And that space in between, that little white space, you're either going to have a proud moment or you're going to have a regret. Now, here's the trick. The clearer you are on your values, the easier it is to make that decision. You've already pre-vetted all of those decisions. And so the filter makes it really clear of how I'm going to do this. And, the best COO that I've ever personally worked with was at the construction company, Zach Mitchell, amazing human being. But he walked into my office one day and he worked at big companies, Caterpillar, he worked at McKesson, giant companies. And he said, man, I have never seen someone make so many decisions all day long as fast as you do. And I said, well, yeah, because I'm very clear about where we're going and I'm super clear about how we're going to get there. And so that makes every decision seamless. There is no, people want to say, oh, there's gray area. Well, not when you really live your values, not when you really are clear about, where you're going. Everything becomes a little bit more black and white. And so you can move faster and make decisions and you're more predictable, right? For all the people around you, they know how Kevin's going to respond to a situation. He's not going to blow up. He's not going to react. He's going to have a conversation. This is what we do at Pine Financial. We have conversations because we're professionals. We care about each other. And so that becomes way more fun. And it's an unlock of, at least in my life and people that I've worked with, living a better, more intentional life.
Yeah, I'm so glad we went here on this video, Jerry. We're going to have you on for more videos too. And in case any of the viewers are trying to make a connection here and how this helps a real estate investor, I'm telling you, you will be happier. You will make more money when you have your values clear and you can make decisions quickly with your tenants, with your contractors, with your sellers, your buyers, all of that. This will help you. Jerry has generously offered to give you that exercise that I went through for free. I'll just email it to you. So we'll put your email up here again. Is there anything else you want to share? Like how, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, or if they're, I mean, obviously they just got your email address, but if there's anything else you want to share before we close this up?
No, I think, again, Proven Chaos is a great place to go. Here's what I'll share with you, Kevin, because, sometimes, people will say to me like, oh, yeah, that's good, but that's for someone else.
Yeah.
Here's what I can tell you. I've run 5 businesses in 5 different industries. I've done B2B, I've done B2C, I've sold products, and I've sold services. And companies that I've run have made the Franchise 500, the Inc. 500, and best places to work. You can run a great company and also be a really fun place to be. This is like a core foundational element of what it means to create a great and compelling company. And you make a good illusion, right? We treat our people as partners. That was a core value of ours. So how does that manifest itself? Well, and when I ran the construction company, Home Depot, they're a national account rep. He had a desk in our office. So did the Lowe's guy. Wow. So did the Sherwin-Williams guy. And you know what? Because we treasure collaboration over conflict, which was another core value of ours, every month we put everyone's purchases on the same email and sent it out to everyone. And I wrote an analysis of what I thought they could be doing better and what their opportunities were with everyone on the same email, right? And that's just a great example of when you are clear on your values, it manifests itself in actions and everyone else can move faster and better and easier. And so it's all about, I know sometimes working with contractors can be frustrating. I had lots and lots of them all over the state of Florida. We did 18,000 rehabs, Kevin, in about 4.5 years. So, when you get really clear about, here's how I'm going to handle this situation, everyone knows what the rules of the game are. They just play by the rules of the game, or they don't, and it's clear for you to move on. So I'll get off my soapbox.
No, I love it. This is exactly why I wanted you to come on the show, and I'm so grateful that you did that. You're just dropping nuggets.
Yeah,
love it.
I think that's the point, right? Like, no one wants to show up to work and suck, right, ever. And so give people the rules of the game. Our job as leaders, as owners of company, is to create that predictable environment where no one's guessing, because then you can go faster, you can go further, and you can have more fun doing it. So go do it.
Love it. I know we're trying to wrap this up, but I just got to ask, did the Lowe's guy and the Home Depot guy ever sit at their desks at the same time?
No, they had different days. They had different days. But I'll tell you, it is fun. Like, people think I'm crazy like that I did that. It's like, well, but we're in this together, right? So people use the word partnership, and I think they use it so loosely because that's always been a euphemism for buy more shit from me. And I take that to the next level. No, let's create transparency. And when we're winning and you're winning, we're all winning, everyone rises up. And so it's just a more fun way to do things.
Yeah, and it works. I mean,
it works. Amen.
It works. Yeah. Cool. Well, so if you want to get a hold of Jerry, provenchaos.com, we're going to put it up here. Email him for that exercise on values. I think he does some coaching and stuff. I don't know if he's taking any clients, so I probably shouldn't have brought that up, but just go ahead and reach out to him if he can help you in any way. If you're looking for real estate help, passive investing in a fund, if you're looking to fix and flip houses, we could help you. You can check us out at pinefinancialgroup.com.
Thanks for having me, Kevin. This was awesome.